The unveiling or deliberate exposure of a large stealth flying wing aircraft over China is part of a long-running strategy of using military technology not just for warfighting capability but for psychological, strategic, and political impact. The Chinese state consistently leverages highly visible defense assets as instruments of narrative warfare. The goal is not only to influence internal sentiment, but more importantly to shape how foreign governments, militaries, and populations perceive China's trajectory as a global military power. China's military-industrial complex is deeply embedded in its national strategic planning. The display of advanced aircraft, especially ones that visually resemble known U.S. stealth systems, is intended to fuel uncertainty, caution, and speculation. When something appears similar to high-performance Western assets, foreign analysts are forced to consider the possibility that China has closed a technological gap. This leads to risk-averse defense planning by adversaries, and sometimes overreactions. China's leadership understands the advantage of making others hesitate, reassess, and over-prepare based on incomplete or misleading information. This is especially effective in regions where China seeks to shift the balance of deterrence without actually engaging in combat. The aircraft in question, its scale, shape, and configuration, closely aligns with the known characteristics of flying wing stealth systems. These types of airframes are designed to reduce radar visibility, allowing them to operate in contested airspace without detection. Even if this particular airframe is a mock-up or early prototype, its existence in visual form serves to raise the perception of Chinese progress. It's an important strategic asset not because of its flight hours or payload, but because of the reactions it provokes. China's information control allows it to deploy this kind of image warfare with precision. In open societies, the development and deployment of advanced military systems tend to follow a trail of budget hearings, policy papers, contractor leaks, and media reports. In China, none of that applies. The central government can decide what to reveal, when, and in what context. That gives them full control over the message. They can present a single static image, or orchestrate a partial sighting, and let foreign observers fill in the blanks. This kind of information asymmetry creates an environment where imagination fills the void left by limited facts, often exaggerating the threat or overestimating capabilities. This tactic aligns with a broader strategy of ambiguity. China benefits from being perceived as a rising, capable, and technologically formidable military power. Whether or not a platform is fully functional is secondary to the psychological and strategic effect it creates. It pressures regional rivals, complicates alliance planning, and encourages some foreign actors to adopt a more cautious approach in confrontations or military deployments near Chinese interests. Moreover, China's leadership understands the symbolic value of appearing to match or mirror U.S. systems. American stealth aircraft, particularly large unmanned platforms, carry a kind of strategic aura. They are associated with deep penetration reconnaissance, strategic strike capability, and command of the air domain. By showing a platform with similar lines and design features, China sends the message that it is entering the same strategic club. Whether this is true in terms of performance or mission integration does not matter at the point of narrative impact. At home, these kinds of unveilings serve multiple state objectives. They support the narrative that China is becoming self-reliant in advanced defense technologies, undercutting foreign sanctions and technological blockades. They also project a sense of national strength and competence, which helps consolidate support for the ruling establishment and the long-term policy of military modernization. The message is clear: China is not only catching up, but potentially leading in select military domains. In the wider strategic environment, such displays are designed to unsettle opponents. If other militaries must begin to plan for the existence of high-end, long-range stealth aircraft originating from China, it forces changes in force posture, spending, and strategy. Even a hypothetical capability has strategic weight if the adversary must plan around it. This is especially effective in deterrence situations, where the perception of a threat can deter action more effectively than the actual threat itself. China also has a well-developed ecosystem for amplifying these messages without providing clarifying details. State-controlled media, social media amplification, selective leaks, and military-affiliated analysts all play roles in reinforcing the idea that China is pushing the boundaries of aerospace and stealth technology. This method ensures that public discussion, both domestic and international, focuses on Chinese innovation, potential threat levels, and the country's upward momentum in defense technology. It's important to note that this strategy does not require the aircraft to be tested extensively or fielded at scale. A single platform, even a prototype, can have outsized influence if shown at the right moment and in the right context. These moments are often chosen carefully, during regional tensions, before diplomatic events, or in the lead-up to international arms expos. The intent is to insert China into every strategic conversation about the future of military airpower, even if the real capabilities lag behind the imagery. This type of narrative shaping is not new, but China has refined it into a repeatable tool. The aircraft itself, whether it flies or not, is only part of the story. The rest is built on ambiguity, media control, psychological pressure, and the amplification of foreign speculation. The absence of hard data is not a problem for China, it is a feature. As long as observers are unsure, cautious, or alarmed, the strategy is working. The aircraft becomes a symbol of uncertainty, one that exerts influence beyond its actual function. The appearance of this large flying wing stealth aircraft is not just a technological event, it is a carefully managed act of narrative warfare. Its purpose is to disorient, impress, and provoke. It seeks to convince foreign analysts, planners, and audiences that China is a peer military innovator, capable of matching or even outpacing the world's most advanced powers. Whether that is objectively true is less relevant than the fact that people are asking the question. And that question, in strategic terms, is exactly what China wants on the table.